The Philadelphia Eagles have made a ton of upgrades this offseason after a season that took them to the Super Bowl, and this team is really starting to look dangerous, and I don't think people realize the magnitude of some of the acquisitions they made. In this video, I'm going to be talking all about the Eagles and why I think they have had one of the biggest off seasons in the NFL and could be back in the Super Bowl again. Before I begin, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. I'm now on the road to 20k subscribers, and we are just growing so fast right now. Alright, so starting off, I want to talk more about Jalen Hurts because in my last video about this team, I kind of skimmed over him, when in reality, he's the guy that should be getting talked about the most. Last season, people doubted this guy to the point where they said any QB could win with the Eagles offense, and then when Hurts was out for a few weeks, they did not look good at all. Even with the missed games, Hurts still ended up throwing for almost 4,000 yards and had a 22-6 touchdown to interception ratio, which is really good for the volume that he was used. And according to the Eagles OC Brian Johnson, Jalen Hurts works like a madman and nobody wants it more than he does. Now moving on, I want to talk about some of the Eagles' new additions and why I think they can really help the team. So starting off with DeAndre Swift, this is a guy who the Eagles got for almost nothing, and in Detroit he had to share the backfield with Jamal Williams. I think Swift is a big upgrade from Miles Sanders, and now that he gets to be the RB1 behind a pretty solid O-line, I think he is due for a big year. And the Eagles definitely should use him a lot and tone down all the running that Hurts does, because over time, it's going to affect the longevity of his career. In 2022, Swift put up about 400 yards in less than 100 carries. Alright, now I want to move on to the draft because over the last few years, this team has nailed a ton of picks and this year was no different. With the 9th pick, the Eagles took Jalen Carter out of Georgia, who is one of, if not the most talented player to come out of this whole class, but had serious off the field issues, which made this a risky pick and was the reason he fell. But even with all that, I think Carter is going to be able to fit right in with this defense and will help improve it immensely. Also, the Eagles drafted guys in the later rounds such as Sidney Brown and Keely Ringo, who definitely will help add depth to the secondary, and Ringo locked down Quentin Johnson in the championship game last year, so he definitely has already shown flashes of what he's capable of. And not only did the Eagles bring in a bunch of players this offseason, but they also retained many key pieces, which is just huge and tough to do salary-wise when you have this good of a team. They were able to keep Darius Slay and James Bradbury together, which by itself made this offseason a success. And they also brought back guys like Jason Kelsey, Brandon Graham, Rashad Penny, and many others that I haven't mentioned. I really thought last year was going to be the year that Hurts would win his first Super Bowl, but Patrick Mahomes just played out of his mind, and if this Eagles team can stay healthy in the 2023-24 season, then I think Hurts can definitely get revenge because they just have such a high-powered offense that not many teams can compete with in the NFC. That's really all I have to say for this video. I just kind of wanted to give another quick preview of this season and why I think the rest of the league should fear the Eagles because they just got better and they're hungry after how last season ended. If you haven't already, make sure to drop a like and subscribe because your support truly means the world, and also let me know in the comments below what you would like to see next because with the NFL season quickly approaching, there is just so much to talk about. Anyways, with that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you all later.